What is going on, guys? This is 42 Sports here, and today I am talking about the UNC Tar Heels in college football of the 2018 season in September of 2018. And yes, it's February, but it's college football because I love the sport, and this is what I like to do on my YouTube channel. I love UNC, and they're my favorite team, along with Appalachian State due to family reasons and stuff like that. And I know that everybody on Appalachian, well, technically not everybody, but just a few people on the program, and I love Appalachian State as well. But we are talking about UNC, and last year was not a great year due to the fact they had a lot of injuries and a lot of close games that could have gone their way, but they collapsed in the fourth quarter. A lot of turnovers. They could have beaten Miami last year off of a fumble at the ending of the game. That cost UNC a lot. But I have high hopes for UNC this year. Hopefully they'll be a lot better than last year. And depending on who will start for quarterback position, it will be either Nathan Elliott or Chaz Surratt. But I believe that Nathan Elliott is a better passer than Chaz Surratt. But we all know that Chaz Surratt is a better scrambler than Nathan Elliott. Hopefully they will be a lot better this year. As you guys know, with a few decommits and the defensive side didn't go UNC's way, and but I think they'll do well on defense. They'll be fine. Also on offense, they're locked and loaded with a great receiving core between Dwamie Brown, between Jordan Adams and Tony Green, also with Anthony Ratliff Jr. and also, as well as others on the UNC roster from last year. So the receiving core will hopefully be really good. Now, also, UNC did pick up the number 4 offensive guard in the nation, William Barnes from Apopka, Florida. I believe that I pronounced his name, or no, the high school name. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it right. They got some few good players. They had 7 4 stars. They had 14 3 stars, and they didn't have any 5 stars. But still, it was a good recruiting class with 21 commits, and hopefully there'll be more better next year for recruiting wise. But last year, let's go through last year's schedule. I know it was a downfall. It was not fun to watch. As you guys know, there was so many injuries last year, and they just couldn't pull out games that they should have won. Like example, Cal. They could have beaten Cal. They could have beaten Duke. They could have beaten Virginia. They should have beaten Virginia. They should have beaten Miami. And they could have possibly beaten State. But it's how it happens. It's how it goes. Just move on. So they lost to Cal 35-30, 0-1. They lost to Louisville 47-35, 0-2. Then they won against Old Dominion at Old Dominion 53-23, 1-2. They should have beaten Duke. They lost 27-17, which they are 1-3, 0-2 in the conference. They lost to Georgia Tech. That was not a fun game to watch. 33-7 to 1-4. They lost at home. That was not fun to watch. I went to that game. 33-10, which they are 1-5, 0-3 in the conference. They should have beaten Virginia. That was a tough game to watch as well. 20-14, 1-6 and 0-4 in the conference. They lost to at Virginia Tech. That was not fun. 59-7 with 1-7, 0-5 in the conference. They almost and should have won against Miami, who was ranked number 8th at the time, 24-19, which they are 1-8, 0-6 in the conference. They somehow beat Pitt 34-31 with crazy trick plays with Anthony Ratliff Williams, from passing to receiving to rushing. He can do it all. So they won 34-31, 2-8, and 1-6 in the conference. They dismantled Western Carolina 65-10, 3-8, and 1-6, and then they lost to NC State in the late second half, 33-21, which makes them 3-9 and 1-7 overall of last year. This year, they are having a weird schedule, in my opinion. This year, of course, they will be back with a rematch, but at Cal University on September 1st. September 8th, they'll be playing at in Greenville, my bad, against East Carolina. And it's also pretty cool that they will be playing at home against UCF who are the reigning national champions, as you like to say, because they went undefeated and they beat Auburn, who beat Georgia and Alabama. So that's going to be a really good game. I think it's at Kenan Stadium versus UNC. It's home. September 22nd, they are home against Pitt. And Thursday, September 27th, they're at Miami. October 13th, their first is Virginia Tech at home. And October 20th, they're at Syracuse, which Syracuse I don't really think is that good, but you never know. Hopefully, at Virginia, they'll win. And then they play home against Georgia Tech. And they play at Duke next year. They play same exact weird last two games between Western Carolina at home and home against NC State. Hopefully, UNC will probably or most likely go 8-5. That's the best bet, or that's my opinion. That'd be awesome if they go 8-5 next year because they have a lot of young talent and a lot of experienced guys back also from injury reserve, and hopefully they'll do well next year. So that was the schedule. They got Cal, East Carolina, UCF, Pitt, Miami, Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Virginia, Georgia Tech, Duke, Western Carolina, and NC State. Those are your teams. They also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away games and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games, which is even because sometimes it can be more away games than home games. But hey, it's just whatever. Alright, so let's go through the top stats of this year. The top 2 best players from receiving, passing, and defensive wise as well. We got Chad Surratt last year of 12 games. He went 107 to 108 completions to attempts with 1,342 passing yards, 58.5 completion percentage, 7.3 or 33 yards of average, 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with a QBR rating of 131.2. And what he's famous for is the dump pass interception to Duke that basically cost UNC the game, and now he's basically a meme out of that because he decommitted to Duke and went to UNC. Now, Nathan Elliott, who impressed a lot of people last year in the last 5 games of the season, he went 75 to 146 completions to attempts, almost 1,000 yards with 926 passing yards, 51.4 completion to percentage, 6.34 yards average, 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Wasn't really that great, but he still did really well. Brandon Harris was basically a failed experiment, and it was just terrible for him, and it wasn't fun to watch either. For rushing statistics or stats, the best 2 running backs, Jordan Brown had a great season this year with 138 carries, 613 yards, 4.4 yard average, and 4 touchdowns. But we all know who most likely will be the starter of next year is freshman Michael Carter, who had a great season this year, and he reminded me of Elijah Hood, who he had 7 carries, 558 rushing yards, 5.8 yards average, and 8 touchdowns. The best 2 receivers of this year or last year's team, Anthony Ratliff Williams, who was a beast last year, had 35 receptions, 638 receiving yards. And 6 touchdowns. Austin Prohl, who got hurt during the, I believe it was Duke game, or I forget who it was that he got injured. Yeah, it was the Duke game, and he played the last few. He had 21 receptions, 333 receiving yards, 16.0 averaging of catch, and 1 touchdown. And of course, Brandon Fitz had also 4 touchdowns, but Austin Prohl had more receiving yards. For defense, the top 2 defensive players, we had Cole Holcomb. He had overall he had 93 tackles. He had 52 assist tackles and 41 solo. We had Kason Collins, who I believe is graduating this year. He had 52 solo tackles, 31 assisted tackles, and 83 total tackles. That was all of the stats, and that is all of the schedule. Hopefully, UNC will do really well this year. Hopefully, their best record will be 8-5. That's my predicament or bias opinion, but you never know how it goes. Last year, it was a downfall due to injuries, and it was just awful to watch. Hopefully they can rebound and they can be better from last year to this year, and then win 6+ games. Hopefully they will. It'll be tough. Hopefully Fedora will not use a 2-system quarterback because it does not work. My opinion, I think Nathan Elliott will get the start of the first game, but I think Chad Surratt will be a better quarterback, but I think Nathan Elliott is a better passer. So guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. Hopefully UNC will do a lot better than last year, and hopefully they'll beat Duke and State this year, a coming season in September. It's a long ways away. But guys, hope you enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and peace.